And welcome to this June 2018 paper. Paper 2 is a calculator paper for GCSE levels 1 to 9, and this is question 4. Rhea buys a van for £8,500 plus VAT at 20%. Rhea pays a deposit for the van, and she then pays the rest of the cost in 12 equal payments of £531.25 each month. Find the ratio of the deposit Rhea pays to the total of the 12 equal payments. Give the answer in its simplest form. Okay, so we know Rhea buys a van for £8,500 plus VAT at 20%, and that 20% is of £8,500. So 100% is 8,500, 10%, 850, times it by 2 both sides, sorry these are all equals, gives 20%, and me being very careful, even for the most simple question, 1700 is 850 times 2, so 20% is 1700. So that's how much her VAT was on her purchase. So 8,500 plus 1,700. Again, you could do this in your head easily, but we've got a calculator, so I'd definitely recommend using it. £10,200. £10,200. So that was the total cost of the van, including VAT. We know Rhea pays a deposit for the van, and then she pays the rest of the cost in 12 equal payments of 531.25. So the total cost was 10,200. Take away a deposit, left her with 12 equal payments of £531.25, which is 12 times 531.25, 6375. So 6375. Now we have a simple algebra question here, so we need to solve this for D. So what we can do is add D to both sides. Gives us 10,200 and 6375 plus D. And if we take away 6375 on both sides, that will give us 10,200 take away 6375. We've lost 6375 that side, so that's just D. So D is 10,200 take away 6375, which is 3825. So that's her deposit that she paid, 3825. So we've worked out both here. We've got the deposit, 3825, and we also have her 12 monthly payments, which turned out to be 6375. So we do have a ratio now, 3875, 6375. However, it's not in its simplest form, so be careful. Now, what I would do here is get a 1 on one side of the ratio, and we could do that by dividing by a number. So, I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to pick the right hand side, because if I divide by the bigger number, I'll have a fraction or a decimal over here, which would be a lot easier to solve as the ratio, to simplify the ratio. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6375, which gives me a 1, because we know if we divide any number by itself it's always 1. And then I'm left with 3875 divided by 637. Sorry, I realised I made a mistake. Do be careful, that isn't a 7, that's a 2. 3825. A few of you are probably shouting at the screen there, going, he's got it wrong. So 3825 divided by 6375 gives me 0.6. 0.6 and a 1. I mean, you could go dividing by 5 because these both end in a 5, so we know a 5 would be a factor, and do it a longer way, but just by dividing by this number and getting a 1 straight around the right hand side, it's cut our workload down quite a lot. So this isn't in its simplest form yet because we have a decimal on one side. So if we times both sides by 10, we'll get rid of that decimal, giving us a 6 and a 10. And is this in its simplest form? I'll just leave you to pause the video and think about it for just a second. And no, it's not, because we've got even numbers on both sides. We have 6 and 10. So we can divide both sides by 2, giving us 3 and 5. Now, is this in its simplest form? I'll give you a second just to pause the video and have a think. And yes, it is. That was a trick question, because both of these numbers are both even. They're both odd, sorry. So they're not even. They can't be divided by 2. They're both prime numbers. They have no other factors other than themselves and 1. So yes, it is in its simplest form. So this is the answer. If you have any questions, any comments, if I could have made this a bit simpler for you to understand, please just let me know in the comments. If there's nothing else to say, then thank you very much for watching.